Hello everyone, it's Maria here. Welcome back to another video. I'm a makeup artist and green beauty expert based in Toronto, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that's very dear to my heart, and that is holistic beauty. If you haven't heard of it, you might already be dabbling in it, and maybe you don't know that you are. So I'm going to give you some tips on what it is and how you can incorporate elements of holistic beauty into your everyday routine so you can feel better and your skin can glow from the inside out. So let's get to it. So what is holistic beauty or holistic skincare? Holistic skincare kind of combines health and beauty. So where we think about, beauty usually and skincare completely on its own, like for the product, right? We think that, this is what's happening in my skin. I need this product to solve it. This is what's happening in my skin. I need this other product to solve it. In this case, the holistic approach refers to thinking about beauty along the lines of the healthy mind and a healthy body. So it's a combination. So, looking at elements of what you're doing in your everyday, like how are you eating? What about stress? And how these factors can actually, make or break your skin. So, for example, if you incorporate a healthy lifestyle into your beauty routine, or you can do an approach where you look at your skincare or the beauty of your skin with a healthy, nutrition plan, and also a daily healthy, kind of outdoor plan, fresh air, relaxation, incorporating yoga to help you relax. So it's kind of that's why it's called a holistic approach. So thinking about all these things as being interrelated. Holistic beauty or holistic skincare is not thinking just about the product. It is also what are the ingredients in the product. For myself, I came across, not across the field, but across its effects, I guess. And I didn't really know what it was that I was feeling. But it started, back when my younger son was about 2 years old, and I took him to our local hospital here, which is actually a very famous hospital in Toronto, to see a dermatologist because of his eczema. Now, until that point, I was, in the beauty industry, but in a conventional, beauty industry. I finished makeup school in Vancouver. I was in, special effects and film makeup. I worked for Makeup Forever. And, everything I did in my daily life and in my business were just the conventional beauty. So along comes this little guy, and he decides to change all that for me. And we were just so shocked by how sensitive his skin was, how, it just took everything we had to try and manage it. So when we saw, the dermatologist, I had such a strong bodily reaction to what he was telling me to do to my toddler that it was just like a full kind of gut reaction that I was like, okay, well, I better not move and I better not react. Otherwise, he's going to see me and he's going to wonder what's wrong with me. But I just couldn't, suppress what was happening. And I, just became so obsessed with what he was telling me to apply on my toddler that it just kind of overtook me. While I was figuring all that out, I had to a lot of times sleep with him. I had to hold his hands at night while I kind of, barely slept. I was not in a great state of mind because all I was doing was trying to control his skin, trying to control what he was eating, what was he wearing, what are we applying on him, what is he going to eat at daycare. He cannot eat that at daycare, so I need to make it and bring it in. It was seriously a 24/7 job. And, the other thing that, now in hindsight was that we were going through a very invasive renovation. There was asbestos in our home. We were going through the removal of all that, so all of us had to pack up and leave the house. And I think this is where the holistic approach comes in, when we look at him, when we look at my younger son. And it says like we were seeing this thing on his skin, and because our older one didn't have it, and because none of us have it, we didn't really know what was happening. However, he was greatly affected by what was happening in his environment. The fact that we had to pack him up and move him out of his room, out of his space, out of the home. So life was not really great. You see what I'm getting at? All of that was manifesting in his skin. So of course, in trying to, heal his skin, I started looking into food, right? And of course, this is part of the holistic approach when it comes to your skin, when it comes to beauty. So I was thinking, you know what? There must be something that we're feeding him that's making it worse. I didn't really think about his mind or his environment. What is something else I can control? I can control the food. I can control his food. So let's eliminate everything that he was eating and try to bring it in one at a time to see how his skin was going to react to that. And to make a long story short, it was too much micromanaging on my part, and it took someone else to point that out to me. And that really affected his mind and kind of like his state. And you're thinking, yeah, he's 2, but trust me, this is a very intuitive 2-year-old. And I just had to stop doing all of that. I had to stop micromanaging him. I had to kind of be like, you know what? Eat whatever you want, because anything that we had eliminated did not make a difference. So, and his skin, is now amazing. He's 8, and we kind of took care of that, not with what they were saying at the hospital, although we do keep the hydrocortisone on the side in order to manage any flare-ups, right? You have to kind of keep that under control, but we maintained it with, holistic skincare approaches, which is at the time I had no idea that I was even doing. So now that you know a little bit about what the holistic skincare approach or holistic skincare is and kind of how I came into it, right? So this little guy rocked my world. And after, we kind of had it under control and we realized what was going on, none of us could ever go back to what we were doing before. So we changed things around the home. We changed things that we were doing to ourselves. How we managed his stress levels, and his skin just started to calm down. And it was such a beautiful thing because it kind of just, transformed everything that we did as a family, all right? To how, we washed our clothes, to how we cleaned the house, to what we were using on ourselves, to what we were using on him. And then eventually all of that, of course, seeped into my business. And here we are. All right. So now that you kind of see what it's, what can happen when it clicks and you actually get it, I want to give you some tips on how you can bring some holistic practices into your skincare regimen to get your skin to feel amazing. But it's going to take, not just the products. I feel like as a culture, we're so reliant on the products. You're going to have to think about what your daily life consists of. You're going to have to think about what you're eating. You're going to have to think about, of course, what are the ingredients in the products that you're applying on your skin. Because, of course, all of these things go together, and it's this beautiful marriage of all these, the mind, the body, and then, of course, the ingredients, the skin, that constitutes holistic skincare. It is not just the product, my friends. So how can you bring holistic skincare into your life? Well, if you're using any of these ingredients, hyaluronic acid, sea buckthorn, honey, alpha hydroxy acids, jojoba, tallow, or a willow bark exfoliant, you might already, be using some of these holistic skincare and you just didn't know it. So these are ingredients that, come from nature. You might find it in an oil form. You might find it in a powder. You might find it in a butter. So many different forms, but it's pretty much, using ingredients from nature to help your skin, to help, your skincare. rituals every day, right? So I'm gonna go through 5 different skincare types. I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice and ingredients that you can be bringing into your life, into your everyday skincare rituals every day, so that your skin can glow and be healthy, and it can be for anyone from mature to a teen. These are ingredients that can help all different skin types. And of course, also understand that depending on where you live, your skin type could be also dependent on the weather, on the temperatures. And remember to bring some other rituals in with that. It can be so personal. For me, I try to do yoga every single day. I walk my kids in the morning so I can get out of the house, even for a little bit, because I work from home, and that the clock can speed up very, very quickly. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I haven't been outside at all. So find what it is that you love doing. Is it singing, dancing? Is it going for a walk? Is it yoga? Another type of physical exercise. You need to have that balance. And then also for your mind. And of course, that type of activity helps the mind, but also, meditation and anything else, that you can do for yourself. So the skincare now, right? That I can actually give you, that's tangible. I can give you some advice. The rest of it, I'm hoping that you're taking care for yourself, and you're not going to just, cross your fingers and pray that the skincare that you're spending, perhaps hundreds of dollars on, is just going to help with your aging skin, sensitive skin, acne-prone skin, etc. So number 1, if you have average skin, yay, this is a skin type that is perfectly balanced. You're not too dry, you're not too oily. This is, you don't have to worry about those things. You don't have to worry about dryness or oiliness. You don't have to worry about redness or sensitivity. So yay for you. So ingredients that you can use that can benefit you, you can bring in zinc oxide. You can have that for your SPF in the daytime. I have an eye cream also with zinc oxide that helps to brighten the under eye area. Other ingredients, for moisturization will be squalane or jojoba oil is in so many ingredients that I have in my store as well. A lot of the oil-based ingredients. And then for hydration, aloe vera, hyaluronic acid is fantastic for everyone. So these are some ingredients, some holistic skincare ingredients that can benefit average or balanced type of skin. So number 2, if you have dry skin, that means that it's tight, easily irritated. It's winter here in Toronto. So, this is a very common thing that we see. And a lot of people can have dry skin where it's like easily irritated, flaky, rough. This skin type also tends to be more dull in complexion. But I also find that indoor temperatures, the heat going on, and the kind of less hydration in the environment can affect that. Dry skin is also less elastic, and it's easily wrinkled. So dry, you could also say, mature, but you might have had dry skin your entire life. You might be, in your 20s or 30s, and you might still have dry skin type. So holistic skincare ingredients that you need to look for in your skincare the next time you're purchasing would be argan oil, such a fantastic multi-purpose ingredient. Shea butter, alpha hydroxy acids. Tallow butter is a fantastic one. We healed my son's skin with a combination of tallow butter and shea butter and lots of, jojoba oil in the bathtub when we would put him in there for bath. Sea buckthorn is amazing for dry skin. Living Libations make some of their, beautiful best skin ever oils with sea buckthorn. Honey, it's a beautiful humectant. There is a honey mask in the store. I'm going to do some, linking here and down here of all these things. So you can kind of curate these holistic skincare ingredients and bring them in for your skin. And also glycerin. So you can look at, moisturizers that contain that. Again, amazing for kind of binding moisture to the skin. Amazing ingredients, okay? It doesn't have to be very complicated. Now, these ingredients can be part of a product that you're using, or if you have a health food store near you, or you have like a bulk store and you can get access to something like that, then that's amazing too. So number 3, let's get to oily skin. So oily skin is skin that has excess of oil. Because of that, it has larger pores, a shiny complexion that a lot of people try to balance and manage with makeup, pretty much like trying to cover it up or get rid of it, and breakouts, right? But what you have to understand is that even though you have oily skin, and I have to tell you, you're not going to show age as everybody else does, all right? Because oily skin is just, it moisturizes itself. However, you don't want too much of it. And I find that it's kind of like a happy balance. So dry skin is the lack of oil. And then you have oily skin that has excess oil. So you need to find products to balance that, to help balance the skin, but that does not mean you are attacking it with harsh products or trying to make it completely disappear, right? Because you can very easily destroy your skin and have it go the opposite direction. So, you still have to moisturize it. You still have to find some ingredients that it's going to like drink up and it's going to love, and perhaps it's going to balance itself and not create as much oil. So some of these ingredients, again, would be jojoba. It's such a fantastic ingredient, and it's very similar to the oil that we produce on our skin. Hyaluronic acid, hydrating, beautiful, light, easily absorbed. Everyone is happy with hyaluronic acid. Other things, like activated charcoal, perhaps in a soap, in a cleansing soap, for the skin. Dead Sea mud, if you want to do some masking, right? You can do it on the T-zone if you find that the larger pores are in that area. Witch hazel is a, natural astringent. Of course, find one that has no alcohol in it, but it does have astringent qualities from nature. So again, that's going to help you balance the oil. Tea tree, fantastic. You can add it into a moisturizer. You can add it into a mask. So many different things when you have those little essential oils on hand. And then apple cider vinegar, very easy to kind of take a cotton ball and do a T-zone wipe with apple cider vinegar. Get something with the mother, like a good quality. And also willow bark, which is, a popular mask I have by Helena Lane, that you can mix it, you can mix it with some tea tree oil. You can mix it with, a little bit of jojoba or hyaluronic acid and create a custom mask experience that's just for you. Number 4, we have sensitive skin, okay? And this is where my son would be under this category. These are individuals with eczema. This is skin that's easily irritated. If you do something wrong or like a wrong move, it breaks out very easily. And because of that, of course, eczema is a common factor. Now, if you have eczema, try to tone it down with the water. Too much water is not good. And if you are going to be bathing a small child, try to put some oils in the bathtub. If you are showering yourself and you have eczema, try to have a really good moisturizer like a tallow balm or a rich body oil that you can immediately apply after you come out. Some other ingredients for sensitive skin, would be to just be very cautious with fragrances. Even with essential oils, you might be sensitive to an essential oil, right? So I know they come from nature, but that doesn't mean that all the skin types love them. Colloidal oatmeal. So when my son was young, I would create an oatmeal pack, wrap it up in some cheesecloth, put up a little, like rubber band, and just drop that in the bathtub. It's so easy to, most of us have oats in our home. Okay, it's so easy. You can also use a coffee grinder and make it really fine and make a mask out of that. I'm gonna pop some ideas below. Okay, so you can make an oatmeal, colloidal oatmeal mask or a pack for yourself. Chamomile is a beautiful ingredient, whether you have it in a tea. You could make some chamomile tea, let it cool down, and that can be the liquid in the mask that you are creating. You can also soak some cotton pads and put it onto your skin. You can mist it through a bottle. Why not? Make sure everything you make, you put it in the fridge afterwards, because these things are, homemade and don't have preservatives. But there's so many different amazing things you can do. Argan oil, again, straight up, maybe without essential oils, would be fantastic. Aloe vera, tallow butter, and of course, olive oil, which is, fantastic ingredient for so many different things. You don't have to use it on its own. If you don't like the smell of it, it can be blended with another oil. You can put a little bit in the bathtub where you sit and soak with some colloidal oats as well. Okay, number 5, we have aging skin. Okay, so I'm in my mid-40s. I think that's where I'm at. I'm not super dry, but I see that things are kind of, calming and staying. So, if you don't want to look at holistic ingredients, a retinol product would be something I would recommend. Start using it early enough. And if you are sensitive and you want to go more the holistic route, you have to look at phytoretinol, or as some people call it, plant retinol, right? So you have to look into that type of ingredient. So bakuchiol would be one of the top ones. Other ingredients for aging skin would be sea buckthorn oil, pomegranate oil. Helena Lane has a beautiful serum that is nourishing. So pomegranate and steam distilled lemon. Coffee oil, if you find any ingredients that contain that. Coffee also from your grounds. Every day, if you are a coffee drinker, can be made into a beautiful scrub. You can mix it with olive oil and you can scrub, exfoliate your body. Dryness is such a big factor of aging. And I know we're talking about holistic skincare, and a lot of us pay attention to this, but we forget our body, right? What about your body, your elbows? Isn't that also showing its age? So coffee is an amazing ingredient. If you can find it, raw, and you can find coffee oil, you can incorporate it into a mask. You can apply it, straight up. If you, do a little patch test, always make sure that you're not sensitive to anything. Hyaluronic acid. All the 5 skincare types that I mentioned can use hyaluronic acid. Such a fantastic ingredient. There's a few different serums in the store that all contain it. Alpha hydroxy acids to reveal fresh skin are important here. You can find that in La Spa's, peel. I guess it's called a peel, but it's not a peel, right? But just to help reveal skin, like new skin. You just apply it overnight, leave it, and then, and then go to bed. And then the next morning, just make sure that you're diligent with your SPF. Make sure that you're diligent protecting your skin. So it's not just, how are we going to reverse time, but what are we doing going forward, right? What are we doing to protect ourselves? Oh, wow, like I got these, these sunspots to be gone now with alpha hydroxy acid. Am I going to go back out in the sun unprotected? Like, what is the point of all this work we're doing if we're not going to change the way we do things going forward? So there you have it. This is what holistic skincare is all about. This is a holistic approach to beauty. I feel like the pandemic has definitely pushed that forward. Not that it didn't exist before, but all of us are so much more aware now of these things that we need to be doing for ourselves. That article that I wrote on the DIY masks was during the pandemic, when we couldn't go to see our esthetician, we couldn't go to have a facial. So it really kind of made us refocus and, make us think even more about what we're doing daily for our health. And it's not just the skin health, right? It's overall health. If you're eating amazing ingredients, if you're taking supplements, if you're doing your antioxidants, if you are taking care of yourself, it's going to show up in your skin, is it not? It just makes sense. Okay, so my friends, let me know which of these tips are your favorite. Let me know if you are already doing some of this and you didn't know it, kind of like me. And sometimes we are inspired to use some of these ingredients and to do some of these trends that we see. But I don't think that taking care of yourself from the inside out and from the outside in is a trend. It's here to stay. You have to take care of yourself in order to see that radiance everywhere, from your hair, your skin, how you feel inside, your energy, everything about it. So it is beauty, but we have to stop thinking about beauty solutions coming in one little bottle that we're just going to apply and then, wow, like, immediately we're going to see the difference. I think it's a little bit more work than that. Okay, so that is all for today because the sun is turning and I'm going to be blinded here in a minute. I'm shooting it again in front of my window for you today. And I want to thank you so much for being here. And I want to thank you for your trust and your beautiful comments that come in on my channel. Every time I post, I love receiving them and I will reply back to every single one of you. I really love what I do and I love helping you, see the difference in your skin and find ingredients and products that are going to help you feel better overall. All right. So thank you so much for watching. If you love the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you here with the next one next time. Bye-bye.